That intro never gets old. If you recognize that intro and you read the title of my video, then you come to the right place. Looks like I got 3 rants to do today before I go to Surge Dragon's house for the 2018 Survivor Series. So the first rant of the day, November 18th, 1998. The Powerpuff Girls made its debut on Cartoon Network. This is really making me old. 20 years of the original classic Powerpuff Girls. Another show that came out when I was in the 2nd grade. I know my friend Mike Henry gonna leave a comment saying he was in the 4th grade when the Powerpuff Girls premiered. Man, 20 years of the Powerpuff Girls. This has to be in my top 5 favorite Cartoon Network shows of the 90s. This is Cartoon Network's 5th original cartoon and their 8th original show overall. So this show is basically about 3 little girls saving the world from the villains of Townsville before bedtime. We have our main characters of the show. We have Blossom, the commander and the leader, voiced by Catherine Cavadini. Bubbles, the joy and the laughter, the softest and sweetness of the 3, voiced by the legendary Tara Strong, who we all know for voicing many cartoon characters like Bubbles, Dill Pickles, Raven, Timmy Turner, Batgirl, Harley Quinn, and many more cartoon characters. And we have Buttercup, the toughest fighter in the group, voiced by the legendary E.G. Daily, who we all know as Tommy Pickles from Rugrats. And we have Professor Utonium, who is the father of the Powerpuff Girls, who came up with the ingredients sugar, spice, and everything nice, and accidentally dropped a chemical X, and that's when the Powerpuff Girls became born. We have the mayor of Townsville. We have Miss Cerebellum, who is the mayor's assistant. We have Miss Keene, the Powerpuff Girls teacher of Pokey Oaks Kindergarten. We have the narrator of the show. At the beginning of every episode, he always says the city of Townsville. Of course, we have some of the villains, like my personal favorite villain of the Powerpuff Girls, Mojo Jojo. We have him, another villain of the Powerpuff Girls, that's one of my favorites. Fuzzy Lumpkins. That little spoiled brat, Princess Morbucks. I couldn't stand Princess Morbucks because she always begging the Powerpuff Girls that she could be a 4th Powerpuff Girl. And she fails to try to become a 4th member of the Powerpuff Girls. We have the Gang Green Gang. We have the leader Ace, Snake, Little Arturo, Big Billy, and Grubber. We have the Amoeba Boys, Sedusa. Another one of my favorites, the Rowdy Rough Boys, who made out of snips, snails, and a puppy dog tail in that episode, the Rowdy Rough Boys, made by Mojo Jojo, dropping a chemical X, and the Rowdy Rough Boys were born. This show was created by one of my favorite animators of all time, Craig McCracken, who also went on to create another good show for Cartoon Network, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. And he also went on to create Wander Over Yonder for Disney Channel. Due to the Powerpuff Girls' popularity, it also came out with video games as well as a movie that was released in theaters back in July of 2002. Of course, the 3 voice actresses of the Powerpuff Girls, E.G. Daily, Tara Strong, and Catherine Cavadini, want to go on strike because they wasn't paid enough for making the Powerpuff Girls movie. But then they decided to come back and voiced the Powerpuff Girls for the rest of the series. The show ran for 6 seasons and 78 episodes from November 18, 1998 to March 25, 2005. I believe the show ended due to the fact that it was losing its lack of popularity, but it was nice they had a 10th anniversary special 10 years ago. Blossom used to be my favorite Powerpuff Girl when I was a kid. Now as an adult, Bubbles is my favorite Powerpuff Girl. I believe the first 3 seasons of the Powerpuff Girls are my favorite seasons of the show. I wasn't really feeling the last 3 seasons. But the last 3 seasons did have some great episodes. And in 2014, they had a CGI special of the Powerpuff Girls. It was okay, but I just wish the animation of it was from the original Powerpuff Girls instead of making a CGI animation of the 2014 special. And they had plans to bring back a Powerpuff Girls for a 7th season, but instead they made a reboot of the Powerpuff Girls 2 years ago. The reboot of the Powerpuff Girls, I'm not going to say it's good, and I'm not going to say it's bad either, but I do watch the reboot of the Powerpuff Girls, but not that much. It's just mediocre for my taste. I prefer the original Powerpuff Girls better over the reboot. But I still can't believe it's been 20 years since the Powerpuff Girls premiered on Cartoon Network. That was back when Cartoon Network was the shit. Now, Cartoon Network sucks. Cartoon Network don't make great shows like this anymore. I just hope in the future they bring back the Powerpuff Girls with a 7th season, if the reboot gets canceled. So that pretty much wraps up my first rant celebrating 20 years of one of my favorite Cartoon Network shows of the 90s, the Powerpuff Girls. Man, I can't believe it's been 20 years since the show premiered. So if you grew up watching the Powerpuff Girls, let me know in the comments below. And I know some of y'all will leave a comment saying that you were in like elementary school and you were like 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, or 10 years old when the show premiered. I was 7 when it premiered. So make sure you like this video. Comment down below. Who are your favorite villains of the show? Who are your favorite characters of the show? What do you like about the show? Just let me know, what do you like about the Powerpuff Girls and how do you feel about it turning 20 years old? And I'll catch you guys in a minute for my next rant. Happy 20th anniversary to the Powerpuff Girls, or should I say, once again, the 20th anniversary is saved thanks to the Powerpuff Girls.